This video isn't really about lettuce. It's about being done with salad that tastes like nothing, goes slimy 2 days after you buy it, and comes from who knows where. Because if you have a small patio, a small yard, or even just a sunny corner, you can grow better salad than anything you can buy. And once you taste it, you're never going to go back. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, where to grow it, how to plant it, how to keep it going in summer heat, how to harvest it, and how to make sure you never run out. The first thing you need to know is where you're actually going to grow it, and the good news is lettuce is one of the most flexible garden plants you can start with. The very first thing I ever grew was lettuce in tub trugs, just like this one right here, on my deck in Michigan over 20 years ago, and I always had more lettuce than I could eat, so I was sharing it with my neighbors. I've grown it every single season since then, and one of my favorite things about it is how you don't need a lot of space. The roots are shallow, so a container that's at least 6 inches deep is going to work, though I'd aim for 12 to give yourself a little bit more room. I tuck my own lettuce into open spots in my raised beds, but if you're just starting out, smaller containers are honestly the most practical place to begin. The two I'd point you toward are self-watering planters and grow bags. Self-watering planters, I use Vigo Garden Easy Cubes, and I also use earth boxes. They keep the soil consistently moist on their own, which takes a lot of the daily pressure off, and they're a wonderful match for lettuce, especially in the summertime. You don't have to guess whether the soil is too dry or too wet, and you just fill the water reservoir and go on with your day. Grow bags are much lighter, and they're really easy to move around if you need to, and they work great for lettuce too. But just know that they do dry out kind of quickly, especially if you don't get much rain, so you're going to need to stay on top of watering. I'll link the options in the description so that you can see what makes sense for your setup. The second thing is how to actually get lettuce planted, and there are a few things worth knowing before you scatter the first seeds. Lettuce seeds are tiny. They might even be smaller than you expected. And you plant them shallow, just about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch deep, because they need to be close to the surface to germinate well. And because they're that shallow, you need to keep an eye on the top layer of soil and keep it consistently moist until they sprout, because they need moisture in order to germinate. If there's a heavy rain in the forecast, like we've had here the past week, wait until after it passes before you plant, because a hard rain can wash the tiny seeds away before they have a chance to take hold. This is honestly one of the reasons I love containers for lettuce, because you can just move the containers under cover when the weather is going to be intense. Once your seedlings are about 3 to 4 inches tall, you can add a light layer of mulch around them, and I like to use shredded leaves for lettuce. And adding mulch helps the soil stay cooler and hold on to moisture. Just don't mulch before the little seedlings get to that size, because most types of lettuce seeds actually need light to kind of shine through the soil in order to germinate, and the plants are really tiny when they first sprout, so even a thin layer of mulch can make it hard for them to push through and reach the sunlight they need. One more thing that works really well is planting your lettuce densely, which means just putting the seeds close together. I like to kind of sprinkle them in rows, or if I'm feeling like being more meticulous, I'll put a few seeds every inch or so. When the leaves grow in close together, they naturally shade each other and the soil underneath, which helps keep everything a little bit cooler and moist. It genuinely works, and when it comes time to harvest, which I'll show you in just a few minutes, you'll be really glad you planted it this way, especially in the summer. That leads us to the third thing, and this is the one I really want you to pay attention to, especially if you live somewhere with hot summers like I do. It's all about how to keep lettuce going when temperatures start to climb above 80 degrees. I moved from Michigan to South Carolina, and I was not willing to just stop growing lettuce because it got hot. Summer without a crisp garden salad along with homegrown cherry tomatoes was simply not happening for me. So I figured it out, and I want to share what I've learned so that you don't have to figure it out the hard way. Lettuce, and that's pretty much all kinds of lettuce, prefers cooler weather, and when temperatures get too high, like above 80 degrees Fahrenheit, the plant puts its energy towards bolting, and that just means it shoots up a tall center stalk, it starts to flower, and then in return the leaves turn bitter tasting. I actually have some head lettuce in my garden right now that's bolting, and this is Trucus lettuce, which forms a beautiful head of purple and lime colored leaves, and I planted it outside on March 12th. I should have harvested it a couple of weeks ago, and since I didn't, it bolted. Bolting doesn't mean that you did something wrong. It just means that the plant has run its course. And I can actually still harvest outer leaves from this plant that don't taste bitter. So that just means that it happens to be a type of lettuce that's more tolerant to warmer temperatures than others. The good news is you can extend your lettuce season well into the warmer months with a few simple adjustments. The first adjustment is choosing the right variety of lettuce. Not all lettuce handles heat the same way, and in summer you're going to want to look specifically for heat-tolerant, slow bolt types, meaning they're types that were bred to hold up longer before they bolt. My personal favorites here in South Carolina are Freckles and black-seeded Simpson, and I'll list these in the description. What you want to avoid is planting a head lettuce in summer heat because it just takes too long to mature and the heat catches up with it before you ever get a chance to harvest it as a full head of lettuce. Both Freckles and black-seeded Simpson can be harvested young as baby greens, which is actually what you want to do in the heat. Just start cutting early and keep cutting. Stay with me because I'll show you exactly how to do that in just a minute. The second adjustment is keeping the soil cool. If you're in containers, which would be really beneficial in very hot and dry climates, the simplest thing you can do is move those containers so that they get afternoon shade, which can make a big difference. And if you want to check your soil temperature before you plant, a regular meat thermometer works perfectly. What you're going to want to look for is soil under 80 degrees Fahrenheit for the lettuce seeds to sprout because they like cooler temperatures. The third adjustment is if you're growing in containers you can't move, is adding some shade cloth over your lettuce during the hottest part of the afternoon. One system I really like is the Vago Garden cover system for raised beds. It attaches right to the raised bed frame, and the standard mesh that comes with it already acts as a 35% shade cloth, which is exactly right for lettuce, and it keeps pests out at the same time. And if you're watching this thinking, I want to do this, but I honestly don't know where to start with my specific space, that's exactly what my garden sessions are for. It's a 1-hour, one-on-one video call with me where we look at your specific space, figure out what will actually grow there, and you leave with a real plan. The link is in the description. So now that you know how to keep lettuce alive in the heat, let's talk about the best part, and that's harvesting it. This is a part I love telling beginners because it surprises almost everyone. When your lettuce is ready to harvest, and that's when the leaves are about 3 to 4 inches tall, you don't pull the whole plant out of the ground. You just snip the leaves about an inch or two above the soil, and then the plant grows back. It's called the cut and come again method, and what it means is that one lettuce plant can give you a few harvests before the plant runs its course. A few minutes before dinner, you can walk outside with scissors and cut exactly what you need right into a bowl, and it tastes nothing like what you've been buying at the store. Once you've had lettuce that fresh, it's hard to go back. One tip that makes a real difference, especially in summer, is if you can, harvest in the morning while the leaves are still cool and crisp before the heat of the day sets in. And then when you bring it inside, submerge it in ice water to cool it down. Then I take it apart in a colander and gently rinse it to make sure the dirt is off. It comes out perfectly crisp and it'll last so much longer in your fridge. I put it in airtight containers and it stays crisp for as long as a couple of weeks. Much longer than the lettuce from the store that's already halfway slimy. One more thing is that harvesting continuously also helps slow the bolting process because every time you cut, you're essentially pruning the plant and giving it a reason to keep producing leaves instead of rushing to seed. Now the last thing I want to show you is what turns all of this into a system that just keeps going, and that is succession planting. It just means that every 2 to 3 weeks you plant a new round of seeds so that by the time your first planting is slowing down, your second one is ready to go, and then your third one is coming up right behind that, and then you have fresh lettuce on the table continuously all season long. And honestly, I'm showing you exactly what it looks like when you forget to do this because that's where I am right now in my garden. My spring lettuce is almost done and I don't have a full bed coming in behind it because I didn't succession plant when I should have. So I'm starting again today. I'm going to plant my seeds after we had a week of really heavy rain. But that's okay because this is real life gardening, and the good news is lettuce bounces back fast. You can begin harvesting cut and come again baby leaves of the Freckles and black seeded Simpson lettuces I just showed you 25 to 35 days after direct sowing the seeds. Put it on your calendar to plant every 2 to 3 weeks because I promise you, you're not going to magically remember. I sure don't. So let's picture what this actually looks like a few weeks from now. You walk outside before dinner, scissors in hand, and you cut a fresh bowl of lettuce leaves. You bring them inside and you toss them with tomatoes from your garden, and your family sits down to a salad made from food that you grew yourself. Food that you know is clean, that hasn't been sitting in a plastic bag for 2 weeks, and that you know exactly where it came from. That is what this feels like, and it really does start with the easiest plant in the garden. Lettuce is where I started over 20 years ago, and it's still one of my favorites to grow. It's fast, it's forgiving, and it gives back every single time you show up for it. If you're new here, that's exactly what we do on this channel. We grow real food, simply, in whatever space we have. If this video was helpful, I'd love it if you'd give it a like, because it genuinely helps other people who are looking for exactly this find it. And if you want to see what else you can plant right now, I'll put that video right here. I will see you in the next one.